Hi, welcome to your number one aviation travel and tourism TV show, Mamaj TV. My name is Joy Ubebo. Today on our show, as you can see behind me, we are right here at the Aviation Africa 2023 conference, which is holding right here at the Abuja International Conference Center. Now, this is a 2-day event and it is packed. We have delegates from all over Africa. And when you talk of giants in the industry, I've seen quite a lot of them today. We have airline CEOs, MDs, we have the aircraft manufacturer, the Boeing, the Embraer, they are here. We have stakeholders in the industry, we have the media, we have so many people here. And trust me, I tell you, it's a power-packed conference. Well, not to worry if you're not here, everybody cannot be here. That is why we are here, to bring you the sights and sounds from this conference today. We are looking forward to enriching conversations and networking in this 2-day conference. So join us as we go in there and bring you the sights and sounds from this conference, Aviation Africa 2023. See you inside. We are right inside the hall now. As you can see behind me, there are people who are trying to get their passes so they can access the conference hall. And from there, they're going to proceed to the conference center. So we're going to take you into the conference center now so we can listen to the enriching conversations and the networking. So come with us. See, I'm on the right carpet where we have all the brands that are sponsoring this conference. You can see there's Embraer, there's Airbus, there's Boeing, all the massive aircraft manufacturers. We are all present here. There's all the government agencies in Nigeria, they are all here. FAN, NSIB, NAMA, Zaria, NCAA. There are so many of them that are supporting this conference. So we are going in there now. So let's go. Minister for Aviation and Aerospace Development is here for the conference. As you can see, he's going around the exhibition area. We are still here at the Aviation Africa Conference, Day 1, at the Abuja International Conference Center. I'm right here at the Aero booth, and I'm here with the MD of Aero Contractors, Captain Ado Sanusi. Captain, you're welcome to our show.
Thank you very much. Welcome to our booth. Aero MRO, the first and the best.
Thank you very much. I would say congratulations to Aero for the MRO. I've been there on several occasions and I was really amazed by what I saw. So Captain, I'm going to just ask, are you getting the kind of patronage from African airlines?
Yes, of course. With every business that you start, sometimes you don't get the expected patronage in the beginning. But I'm happy to say that all the domestic airlines are patronizing Aero MRO, and even the other African countries. We have patronage all the way to Tunisia. We have patronage to Central Africa, Ghana, and all other places. We are actually getting even patronage outside the African continent. So the whole idea is for us to show our services and to show how committed we are to satisfying our customers.
That's interesting to hear. Okay, Captain, the conference. Have you been to the conference before? If yes, what impact do you think it's having on the aviation industry in Nigeria, particularly, and in Africa in general?
Well, I believe I've been to a couple of these conferences. I believe I cannot recall particularly where. But I think all conferences that brings the industry players together, it's quite beneficial to the industry. And it promotes commerce, it promotes partnership, and also it opens doors for investors that don't know the country to come in. So it's a very good and welcome development for us, Nigeria, to host this kind of conference. It is extremely good for the Nigerian airlines, the Nigerian aviation subsector, to also interact with other key players, be it aircraft manufacturers, be it equipment manufacturers, to see how they can partner or better their business. So I think this is extremely important for sustainable development of the aviation industry.
Thank you very much for your time, Captain.
You?
Have a nice one.
Thank you.
We are here at the Embraer stand at the conference. Please, can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. My name is Stefan Hannemann. I'm the Vice President Sales and Marketing at Embraer, covering Middle East and Africa. We're really delighted to be here at Aviation Africa in Abuja. It's been a fantastic conference, very, very valuable thus far since the opening. And we're really, really great for us to be out here in Nigeria talking to our customer base, which is consistently growing in Africa. And of course, having an opportunity talking to potentially new operators.
Thank you very much. I can see Embraer is really pushing into Africa. I see a lot of airlines are now going for the Embraers. What do you think Embraer can do to help to improve aviation in Africa?
That's a good question, and I'll try to give you a structured answer. So I think the approach that we at Embraer have always had in terms of where do we fit in with our regional jets is around right sizing, so supporting airlines to find the right sized aircraft for the missions that they would like to operate. Additionally, it's about the replacement of old and inefficient aircraft. So we've done that very successfully across Africa. And the last point is around building connectivity. Africa has 54 countries. There's very strong growth. It's the youngest population on the globe. Just looking at Nigeria, 220 million population, which is forecasted to double by 2050. So there's a lot of young travelers that will be out there. And we believe that our aircraft are perfectly suited to have those travelers fly around domestically, but of course also across the region. So that's where we're particularly strong, and we support the airlines we have across the continent to achieve their missions and their strategic targets.
Thank you very much. Okay, we are here with the MD of SACOR. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
Great to have you here.
Sir, yeah.
Are you attending this conference for the first time?
Is it first time? Yes, in Lagos.
So what do you have to say about
Nigeria, in Abuja, Nigeria.
So what do you have to say about the conference? This is not the first time. So would you say it's making the desired impact on aviation in Africa?
Of course, yes. Because if you see what's this conference, possibly another ones that, for example, in December we have what we call the road show. It's bringing Africa together, because it means that as Africans we need to talk. Because there's a lot that is going on in other parts of the world, like Europe, like you have seen in one of the presentations that was given. Europe has become like a global village. The people can easily get from one part of Europe to the other. But Africa, we are still very separated from ourselves. So if we're going to have opportunity to network and talk about the issues that we have, I believe we can have a better aviation. And this is what exactly we are saying. This is why the conference just started. This is what is already coming up through this conference.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
I'm right here at the Airbus stand at the conference. Please, I would like you to introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Prajot Mirajkar, and I work in Airbus marketing.
Welcome. What would you have to say about the conference?
Look, I think it's great that Abuja is hosting the Aviation Africa Conference. Nigeria is one of the largest aviation markets in Africa, and it's about time that Abuja is finally a host to Aviation Africa. So very proud to be here. I'm very proud to be present in Abuja.
Is this your first time in Abuja?
No, it's not my first time in Abuja. So I work in the African markets. I've been to Nigeria quite a few times. We have an operator here that we're working with called Ibom Air in Uyo. We have been working with them for the last 2 years to sell A220s, and they'll be starting to fly that aircraft towards the end of the year.
Okay, I can see some airlines in Nigeria are going for the Airbuses. How do you think Airbus can contribute to improve aviation in Africa?
So Airbus is committed to aviation in Africa, just to make that absolutely clear. We play a very significant role in Africa as a whole. We have many airlines here in Africa. Specifically in Nigeria, we have started working with Ibom Air, and we strongly believe we deliver the most fuel-efficient aircraft in the market with the best passenger comfort. And Nigeria is a country with more than 200 million people, which can connect the African continent to the rest of the world. So Airbus has aircraft starting at 110 seats, going all the way to 450 seats. So the range of aircraft gives a lot of flexibility to operators within Nigeria to operate whatever size they want, for them to be able to cater whatever market they want to reach any part of the world.
Thank you very much. We're still here at the Aviation Africa Conference Day 1. I'm right here in this is one of the booths, Egg Fuels. I would like them to tell us what they do. So you're welcome to Mamaj Aviation Show.
Hi, Joy. My name is Stephen Leonard. I'm the Vice President of Global Supply for AEG Fuels. We're a global aircraft aviation fuel distribution company. And what we do is provide all of the airlines here support in refueling operations, international trip planning, ground handling outside of their home country. So they can come to us anytime they have a flight in an airport they're not comfortable with and access a vetted, high quality control, affordable price, on-demand solution for all their flight activities.
Wow, that was a lot.
Yeah,
A lot of logistics for airlines.
it's a lot of logistics, but we work with a lot of great people. We do what we can to build partnerships in each country, at each airport. My colleague next to me, Isa, he works with those subcontractors to build a really good offering and make sure that they're taken care of at every airport.
Thank you. What do you have to say about this conference?
This conference has been fantastic. It's so exciting to see all of the growth and opportunity in Abuja and Nigeria and in Africa generally. There's so much opportunity in this region for aviation and for economic activity, and I'm just so excited to be a part of it and support these customers.
Thank you very much.
Joy.
Tariq Estan here at the conference, and I would like our friend here to introduce himself.
Thank you, Mamaj. My name is Aileme Charles. I'm the head of commercial for Arid Air. It's nice to be part of this event that is currently ongoing. We hope to explore the opportunity that the friend brings to us that are aviators into the aviation space, and we hope to use this opportunity to collaborate and improve our services in the aviation sectors and make our mark in the global aviation industry. Right.
Okay, I know that this is not your first time for this conference. You've attended in the past. Of what impact do you think this conference has made on the aviation industry, in particular in Nigeria and generally in Africa?
So concerning the conference, in the past has been very helpful for bringing collaboration of African airlines and having a single African air travel trade. We hope that the SATEM this time around will be actually put into practice. We want to do walk the talk, and also hope to improve our domestic operation, especially Nigerian carriers, given the fact that the SATEM benefits some other global carriers that are going into different countries with the BASA agreements. We hope that this time around the local airlines in various African countries can collaborate and have a single African trade flying without any limitations in the coming years.
Thank you very much. We are still on the red carpet of Aviation Africa Conference, holding in Abuja. This is day 1. With us on the red carpet is
Alan Peaford, Chairman of Aviation Africa.
nice to have you on our show.
Great, thank you. Lovely to be with you, Joe.
You've been doing this for years now. You're having this in Abuja for the first time. So far, how would you assess this conference?
Yeah, it's fantastic to be here. You know, with many people have said we ought to be here earlier, but I think Abuja and Nigeria is now ready. The opening of visas to allow people to come in is starting to free the way for people across Africa to come through to help build the economies that will follow by having a strong aviation industry.
Thank you. So far, so good. Do you think that this conference have been making the desired impact so far?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, we've seen ministers coming from the north, from east, from west and from south to be here. We've got director generals, the regulators of the civil aviation industry. They're all here. We've got airline chief executives. We've got airport heads. They're coming together and they're talking together in a way that they don't normally have the opportunity to do. If Africa is to thrive, and it really needs to be punching much harder, because just 2% of the world's aviation industry, but yet with nearly 20% of the world's population, there's so much to be done, but it will only be done if governments and industry talk together, and they're doing that here this week. We're already seeing results.
I can say there's a lot going on. There are so many brands here. I just left the exhibition area and there are so many people here. So what do you have to say about the future for aviation in Africa?
I think the future is very, very positive. And it may be a different future to the one that perhaps a lot of people like to project on. But listen, there's a lot of people here who want to fly. There's a lot of trade that can be done between African countries. There's a lot of families that are spread around the continent that you could visit. Aviation is a need, and we can do that sustainably with there's great opportunities. In Nigeria, the plans for new airports, for new runways, for new MRO capabilities, maintenance capabilities, and most importantly, the opportunity for jobs for young Africans. There is a huge, huge potential, and it falls on governments to actually enable that to happen and not get in the way by adding unfair taxation, withholding funds, and lacking in investment in infrastructure.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome to the Aviation Africa Conference Day 1.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. I would like you to introduce yourself.
My name is Engineer Benedict Oluwole Adeyileka.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much. Sir, you've been at the conference today. From the discussions from the different speakers, what is your take home?
I think it's a fantastic conference. The one I pay most attention to, really, are the one they did with the African CEOs, the airline CEOs. I thought that one brought a lot of issues out that really need to be dealt with. And I'm happy that the Honorable Minister was there, and yes, things have to change. And listening to every individual, they really, really hit it right on the bottleneck. And we just have to continue and see how we can create a level playing ground. Definitely, everybody knows that we don't have a level playing ground. Definitely, everybody knows that Nigerians are not being treated well. And I will advocate that we all get together as Nigerians, irrespective of which airline. Like what Chief Oyema said, that he's not going to speak for Airpeace, he's going to speak for the whole airline. Because what affects Airpeace or one airline affects all. So I hope we see a new donor. I hope we continue to do more of this,
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, It seems like we have barriers to travel within Africa. It's easier for you to travel to Europe than travel within Africa. So obviously we have barriers. How do you think we can navigate around these barriers? If not totally eradicate the barriers, at least how can we minimize it to that level that flying within the African continent can become seamless?
To start with, I personally, my own opinion, I think the African Union are divided. Maybe it's cultural, maybe it's something that has existed a long time. But I think the new generation of Africans now need to get together and bring down this barrier. Let us start with reciprocity. Let us enforce it. It's all right going on the paper and say we have bastardism. Of course, it's not balanced. Why things are so against Nigeria, I don't know. When you look at Sky, look at Rwanda, look at most of the airline, this is their turning point. Come to Nigeria. And unfortunately, we could not reciprocate the same thing. You try to write to any of those countries and say you want to come and operate. It's either they delay your application, when they finally answer you, they'll give you some charges that is absolutely what Nigerians government is doing is fine. Come to us. But we should be able to go to them at the same time. There has to be balance. It is that balance we need to say. And traveling within Africa, apart from it being so difficult, the prices, the charges are too much. Outrageously, expensive.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much.
We are still here at the Aviation Africa Conference, Day 1. And we have with us here Mr. Etete. Mr. Etete is the CEO of Dana Air. You're welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I just have one question. I want you to share your opinion on this conference, Aviation African Conference.
Thank you very much, Mamaj. I'd like to say this is a very wonderful initiative, very good for the industry. It exposes you to a lot of avenues that you can tap in to improve businesses in aviation in Africa. It gives you a larger perspective of what is available, and it tells you, it opens up and lets you understand the different initiatives that exist and the things that you can do to improve aviation. And it's a very wonderful initiative and very welcome at the same time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are still at the conference at the exhibition area of the Africa Aviation Conference 2023. So I'm right here with a guest. Kindly introduce yourself.
My name is Rashid Mosiro. I'm the Quality and Safety Manager for Green Africa. And it's a pleasure to be here, actually.
Thank you. What do you have to say about this conference?
It's a fantastic one. It's for Africa. It's a melting pot for everyone. Just ahead of you, I can see Boeing. There's an Airbus stand. You have Aero MRO stand side by side with, the big guys. It is a happy moment for me because these guys, I've seen them. I worked in Aero at some point. I worked in some of the places that we have here, and it's grown to be big places that are side by side stands with Boeing and Airbus and all this. So it's a happy moment for me.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm right here with a former colleague. There is now a boss with Uganda Airlines. Please, kindly introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. My name is Adedayo Olawi. I'm the Chief Commercial Officer with Uganda Airlines.
Okay, you are here at the conference for this year. What do you have to say about the conference? What impact do you think this conference will make on Africa aviation?
The Aviation African Conference always lives up to its name. It's been a very fantastic event, bringing a lot of people, networking, ensuring deals and connections are made that will foster aviation on the continent of Africa. So I always give it a thumbs up.
Thank you very much to commence operations into Nigeria?
Yes, thank you very much. I thought you wouldn't ask. Uganda Airlines, we're an airline based in Entebbe in Uganda. We're 4 years old now, operating the youngest fleet in Africa. We have two A330-800 neo aircrafts and four CRJ-900. And to answer your question more specifically, we will be starting operations into Lagos on the 19th of October with a 3-weekly schedule on Monday, Thursdays, and Sundays. Hope to see you guys on our inaugural flight.
That'll be interesting. Thank you. I'm right here with the MD of NAMA. Sir, please. It's nice to meet you here.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about the conference?
It's an amazing conference. Don't forget this conference started in 2015. It actually launched in Dubai. The very, very first one, I think they've had like 3 in Rwanda now, 1 in Ethiopia. In 2020, I know they had 1 in Ethiopia. It's supposed to actually be a networking event. So the whole idea, the bottom line, of course, is to promote aviation in Africa, and address a lot of our challenges and our issues. But most importantly, to create an enabling environment for networking, which is exactly what we're doing right here.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Would you say that it's really having the impact on aviation in Africa?
Oh yes, if you listen to the first speech by our former ICAO president, Dr. Aliu, he nailed it. I mean, all the issues and the presentation by our SecGen in AFCAC, phenomenal. They nailed it. So absolutely yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Well, the Aviation Africa Conference holding right here at the Abuja International Conference Center is gradually winding down. And I hope you've enjoyed today's show, the discussions, the personalities, the images, and of course, the perspectives from the different speakers. Please remember to subscribe to our social media platforms and also like and share. Thank you for watching. See you again soon. Bye.